and he will take your questions.
Coach, is there anything you can say about JT Ginn that you haven't said already?
Not much. Very poised, plus stuff, and a great competitor. I mean, he just went out there today and pitched as good as he could. It was nice to see.
Westberg was talking about how the team was pretty mad about losing the game last night, and he thought that kind of fueled the bats coming out, hot today. So did you kind of sense that?
I did. It played out a lot like last night, and then the first couple innings we left some guys on. But they were very focused, ready to play, like always. I mean, they usually come ready to go, and we were very offensive today. In the second and third, we left a couple guys on, but we were still having great at-bats.
Nice to see Riley get 3 hits and kind of get off. Can that get him going, you think?
Oh, I think so. I think he got going a little bit at Sanford the other night, and last night was okay. And then tonight you're seeing the ball he hit into right center in the middle part of the game. I thought was one of his better swings he's had all year. So, sometimes when you're coming out of that, it's just nice to relax and play ball and have fun.
It's one thing to get hits when you're up 12-0, but he came up in a key spot and delivered.
And good at-bats. I mean, just on the ball, and he does what he does, and he's so athletic to get him on base and let him run around, and it's nice to see.
Auburn starter, he didn't have a lot. He had several starts, but not very long stints. How did y'all attack him?
It's pretty much that left-handed approach, trying to stay on some balls, hitting the other way. When you have Mangum, he gets on it feels like every game, so he gets it going right there in that first inning. The atmosphere helps. I mean, when you play in a place like this and you have a freshman on the mound, you get a chance to get it going really early.
Obviously, you can't bottle it and take it with you, but the intensity in the lineup earlier today, how do you keep that going?
I don't know. It's kind of the makeup of our team. I felt like we've had that all year. I made a comment to him, I think it was at Sanford, because we had that rough, just a lot of travel, a lot of everything. They show up and play every day. It's a gritty group. They really love to play the game. So they pretty much show up and have that intensity. And they, like somebody said earlier, they were a little upset last night, and they had something to prove.
Is Ginn the kind of pitcher that keeps his middle infielders' toes in the game because they have to stay alert to all those ground balls coming their way?
Really, and it's the choppers, it's the slow rollers. So we even have to play up a little bit, and we talk about it a lot. Ethan's a little bit like that too. We get a lot of chop balls off of Ethan, so we have to be a little more aggressive when they pitch.
Maybe, particularly this game, I thought he had some really efficient innings. He had a couple of 9-pitch innings, and that allows him to extend, gives him options to be in the game later. How important is that for him?
It's huge, and you usually see those innings coming about the third, the fourth, the fifth. He seems to usually settle in and gets going, and then he'll have some of those real efficient innings. You're up and down real quick and back in the dugout, and that's what's let him extend into games.
Will that matter going into the next series at all?
It does a little bit. It does. That's why we kind of, having the short week, with him, that was the decision to take him out of the game, being that it was a little short week. We were trying to get Liebelt ready to run out there, and we just couldn't get him ready. We had the replay and everything. I thought that helped us, but it took a little longer than we thought.
On Westy for tomorrow.
Yeah, bullpen will be ready to go. Everybody probably but Liebelt,
On Westy, it's one thing to get consistent contact, but he rips the cover off of it every time he touches it. How does he do that? How do you explain that?
He's a big, strong, physical kid, so he puts some balls in play. It's usually his exit velos are in that 100 to 110 every time he hits it, so I just need him to hit it more often.
Do you know what the velo was on that home run?
I don't yet. I'm sure they'll put it out sometime. I'd say it's probably about 110.
It's 107.
Because it was a line drive.
It was a line drive. He's really talented.